Hello everyone, so welcome to the Hoot and Poop YouTube channel. Right, so I'm really very excited to be sharing this channel with you guys. So in this channel, I will be sharing with you all of my research on companies that I'm interested in, as well as any other financial information that I find it useful. Okay, so without further ado, let's move into the first ever company that I'll be presenting to you in my YouTube channel. Okay, so it is none other than iFAST Corporation Limited. All right, so this company is listed in the Singapore Exchange with the ticker symbol AIY. Okay, so a little bit background on what iFAST is all about. So basically, iFAST is a fintech ecosystem where they have fund houses, banks, bond dealers, stocks exchange, as well as insurance product, as you can see on the left-hand side where my cursor is. Okay, so they basically provide services such as investments, fintech solution, cash management, etc. Okay, now their customers comprises of both B2C and B2B customers. So B2C, which is also known as business to consumer. So their customers are like retail investors. So like myself. So basically we buy and sell their products such as unit trust stocks from their website, which you can see on the top right-hand corner of it. And for B2B business, it's basically a business to business kind of format. So iFAST basically provide financial services to businesses such as like the FA companies, financial institutions, banks, etc., so that these companies can provide services to consumer. And this is why there's this portion here called the B2B2C. Okay, now moving on, here are some of the platform where iFAST provides their service in the form of both B2B, B2C, as well as B2B2C. Okay, so it's all listed here, and take a look at all these services. Okay. Now, we also need to understand that iFAST started from Singapore. Okay, and they expanded to 5 different countries, namely Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, as well as India. Okay, so of course, each of these countries, they provide different products, and where you can find the products is basically at the bottom of every description here. Okay, so let's say for Singapore, they are able to provide unit trust, bonds, stocks, ETFs, DPMS, as well as insurance. Okay, then if you look at China, they're only selling unit trust, and India is unit trust and stocks. Right, so basically, this is in a nutshell what iFAST business is all about. Okay, now after understanding the business briefly, we then need to understand what products contribute most to their business. Okay, so before we move into the details of the slides, okay, I want to take this opportunity to explain the term AUA. If you notice here, my cursor. Okay, so by definition, right, AUA means assets under administrations, which is a measure of the total assets for which the financial institution provides administrative services, and they charge a fee for doing so. Right? So in a nutshell, in simpler terms, is that okay, the more AUA iFAST has means to say that they are able to provide more assets to consumers, and if consumers were to purchase these assets, then they will charge a fee from them. And these fees will constitute to their revenue, which we will go through in depth later. All right. Now, based on this chart, we can see that, okay, from the left-hand side, we do know that iFAST operates in 5 different markets, and Singapore currently has the largest AUA contributions, which makes up to about 69% of it. All right, so you can see Singapore, it's the very, very key position for iFAST. Right, and looking at the AUA breakdown by products, okay, we can see that they do have unit trust, stocks, ETF, bonds, and cash account. However, unit trust is the largest product in the AUA component for iFAST, which makes up of about 73%. Okay, so understanding this two factors, okay, we will then be able to move on later. But take note that, all right, unit trust makes up the largest of the AUA, which is something very, very important, which I will explain to you later. Okay, now we need to move into understanding the fees collection, because these are the revenues that comes into iFAST. Okay, so as for the fees, iFAST collects platform, upfront, and rep fee from B2B customers, okay, as well as platform and upfront fees from B2C customers. Okay, now I want to draw your attention to this portion here called the fund house. Okay, so typically, fund house sells unit trust via iFAST, and they pay iFAST, in terms of this thing called the trailer fee. Okay, so the definition of trailer fees is a fee that a mutual fund manager pays to the salesperson who sells the fund to investors. So these trailer fees, okay, I put it in a very simpler term, it's basically if iFAST, or rather if consumer purchase unit trust from iFAST, okay, and this unit trust is being owned by fund houses, and therefore the fund house will have to pay iFAST some form of money in the sense of this thing called the trailer fees. Okay, now I want to move your attention to the right side, okay, in terms of the breakdown of the net revenue. Okay, so we can see that this trailer fees, okay, makes up the largest revenue contribution to iFAST as of FY 2020, which makes up of 42% of it. Okay, so if I were to link up all this info together, right, it tallies with each other, because firstly, iFAST's largest AUA is unit trust based on the product breakdown, and unit trust is being sold by owned by fund houses, and if it's being sold by iFAST collects trailer fees from these fund houses, and these trailer fees makes up the largest of the revenue breakdown for iFAST. Okay, so if you look at it this way, moving forward to see whether does iFAST have any growth potential, we need to observe the growth in the unit trust segment very, very closely. And of course, other products as well have to also be observed, but unit trust, given the breakdown, given the structure, we need to eyeball it very, very detailed. All right, so now we have come to the end of my first part on iFAST, which is about the business segment. So in the next video, okay, I will be talking to you about the management as well as the financials and so on. So if you like my content, please like and subscribe, and do comment below to see if there's anything I could improve on, or if you would like me to share upon it. All right. So with that, I'll end my video and invest safe.